What is up back here, All G's React? You all know who I am. If you're new, I'm Josh. And what we do here is I react to stuff. I mean, I take requests and I react to it. And then most of the time I try to put my little input at the end of what I've seen. So, today, I've got like 4 song requests from him. So I'm trying to do 2 today and then tackle anything else later. And it's for King Little G. Now I did a video on his Kennedy. It was awesome. That was an awesome video. This one is called Cold Christmas, the official music video. So, and as some of you might have noticed, I no longer have an intro because people started to complain about it, saying it was way too loud. I had no control over that. I used one of them free websites, and only thing I could do was punch in the letters, like the name, and that was it. Everything else was like preset, and it was the only one I could find that had no watermarks. But since you all think it's too loud, I took it off. Hopefully I can make another one, because I really don't like me starting like this. I like an intro, so people kind of know where they are. That's the way I viewed it, but it was making people unhappy, so it had to go. Maybe I can find another program. If you know of a program where I can do it for free, put it in the comments below. If you know of a cheap program that I might be able to come across where I can do it, put that in the comments as well. And then as always, just comment and share your thoughts, period, on these videos. But enough talk. Let's get ready to jump into Cold Christmas by King Little G. And here we go.
I wish I could show you my photo album growing up. 1-bedroom apartment. Shit was hard. When you drop new songs they relate to, all your close friends wanna go and hate you. That's when the police wanna go and raid you, and all the pretty little bitches wanna date you. I motivated me, no one else did. Apartment 7, that little broke kid wanted toys, my mom's can't afford it. My mama's love became more important. All I ever did was eat rice and beans. I appreciated those types of things. Faded pants, no designer jeans. That's when I said, fuck that, man, I'd rather dream. Maybe I don't wanna be broke. Maybe I don't wanna keep sleeping on the floor. Maybe I don't wanna be sad no more from the things that I see every week at the store. I'm sorry if I embarrassed ya. I kept complaining at the register, cause you never bought me them wrestlers. It's like having things was not meant for us. Thank you God for being next to us. I know someday you'll start blessing us. I know that's why you gave me confidence, and mama gave me always that extra love. Cold Christmas. Young boy, I was just like you, man, you have no clue when I told you I had a cold Christmas. My father was gone, I felt so alone. Oh man, oh man, oh man, cold Christmas. Goddamn, struggling to get up. Tell me oh why. Tell me oh why. Tell me oh why. We never had them days. Cold Christmas. Young boy, I was just like you, man, you have no clue when I told you I had no Christmas. My best friend got a new bike, new clothes and some new Nikes. He kept bragging, I kept smiling. I'm thinking, homie, them shoes nice. I never got shit even though I got good grades. My little homie came through with some new J's. I guess I gotta thank God it's a new day. If you didn't get shit, what would you say? Besides the truth, mama loves me, I know she do. She been at work and the rent is due, and she has no man that's dependable. That type of shit ain't acceptable. My mother's still so affectionate. Besides the fact we got left alone, she still raised me respectable. She taught me to never go steal, never be a thief that'll get you killed. Gave me advice that gave me the chills. Never had money but I had a hot meal. She picked me up from school. I was hungry, she made me happy with Mexican food. She made the greatest food. Mama, I'm sorry I called you from jail. The feds put a hold so I got no bail. Got commissary, don't even worry, I'ma make it by myself. Just pray for me and say you love me and respond to my mail. Just pray for me and say you love me, I'm sorry if I failed. Cold Chris. Young boy, I was just like you, man, you have no clue when I told you I had a cold Christmas. My father was gone, I felt so alone. Oh man, oh man, oh man, cold Christmas. Goddamn, struggling together. Tell me oh why. Tell me oh why. Tell me oh why. We never had them days. Cold Christmas. Young boy, I was just like you, man, you have no clue when I told you I had no Christmas. Cold Christmas. It's to my little homies growing up in Watts. Hell yeah, growing up in the motherfucking projects. You know, sometimes we don't get to value family and shit as much as we should. We too worried about materialistic things and all that bullshit. There's only one thing we need to give a fuck about, and that's family, man. Oh yeah.
That was a good video, man. What he said at the end about we want to value materialistic crap when we really should be trying to value family, that is truth. And I do mean 100 on that. But it's part of the process. They want you to value this stuff that breaks, can be burned, can be stolen. You know what I'm saying? They want you to value that type of stuff. You value family. Now, I did not grow up in a single parent home. I grew up with both my parents, but we were still poor. So what I've learned about the word poor, it's basically how the person relates to the word itself of being poor. I really wish this dog would shut up. So when I used to say, man, I grew up poor, our friends be like, man, I grew up poor too. I grew up poor too. And then when we would talk about particular things, I would begin to understand the type of poor they're talking about is a totally different type of poor that I'm talking about. I mean, they were watching cable TV, had video games, stuff like that. When I was talking about poor, I'm talking about wearing the neighbor's clothes. Okay, we had 4 working TV channels. I'm talking about going out and fishing for our food, eating apples and pears off of trees, and that's what you're gonna get type of poor. So I begin to understand that the word poor is just really just relative. Like, how do you relate to this word of poor? You feel me? Like, it's just kind of, it's just single parent homes. A lot of times the woman will have to go through a lot more hardships, but at the same time, that's not necessarily true. My homeboy was raised, him and his brother both was raised by their mom, and they had way better stuff than I did. But you gotta understand, it was 3 of them, his mom and you know, him and his brother, versus 7 of us. My dad making $4.25 an hour. So it really just based off of how much you getting paid, how many people's in the house, you feel me? Stuff like that. So what he's saying, sometimes we forget because we trying to chase this money or trying to get these things, that family is really the most important. It is the most important thing. And you want to instill that in your kids. It needs to be instilled in yourself. I know life is sometimes a rat race. Like me, I'm working 12-hour days. trying to do a YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Trying to spend time with my kids. Trying to do all this stuff. And then sometimes we just put too much time into one place, or you know what I'm saying? Or we just start going through the motions. Me personally, I don't want to work 12 hours a day. But that's how I got to make it on my bills. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather actually like to work 8 if I got paid enough. That'd be awesome. Because to me, I know the importance of family. I mean, I really do. I'm not always as connected to like my siblings and stuff as I should be. But a lot of times, technology's made that easier. I get on Facebook, crack a joke at them, or see them post something. I know they're alive. I know they're happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Talk to my mom. Talk to my dad from time to time. Because, you know, he's still working. He's still doing his thing. But this is very important. We didn't celebrate Christmas until we got older. And then it wasn't really that big of a deal. Even then. But family's important. And I want to thank King Lil G for making a video, making that understood, man. That is the most important thing. Let me tell you something. If you have kids, like I do, if you have kids, your children are your history writers. Okay? Nothing else matters outside of that. When you, depending on what you do with your children, depends on how you're going to be remembered once you're gone. Okay? If you're never there for your kids, or you're always trying to work, you know what I'm saying? You're always trying to do these different things, and you're not there for your children, and they begin to get animosity towards you because of that, because they're seeing other kids with their family. Remember, when you dead and you in that ground, that's going to be your history. Oh man, I knew your dad. Man, forget him. He was never around. He didn't care. That's going to be their attitude towards you. So you always got to remember that, man. Your children write your history. Value the family. Value it deep. I don't know, man. He has a Mexican upbringing. That's almost it. Bring up. He has a Mexican upbringing. They are a lot more together. I've noticed. I've worked with a lot of them. They are a lot more about the unity, from what I've seen. You know, from my outside view, they're about unity versus over here in the States, where we trying to get out on our own. We trying to struggle to prove that we can make it, and so forth and so on, where that's where we fall short. That's why I believe where we fall short, because I was working with some Mexican guys one time. And this is what made me rethink my entire U.S. mind state. They would room together, all pitch in on food, share meals, do all this stuff, and every week they got paid, each one of them would put $50 away and send that to the family member of the group that they were in. So if there was 7 of them, that was 70. It was $50 times 7 going towards the family of each member in that group every week, taking care of family. And they were together. You can't get, half the time you cannot get Negroes to even give you their card number to the bank. I'm not joking. There is a high distrust. This United States mindset has caused a high distrust for that type of stuff. And it's like, man, nah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, they don't even want to give you passwords and stuff. Like, what do you think I'm going to do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust you with that. What? I'm your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? That makes no sense. So now my mindset changed ever since I saw that. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that made a lot of sense. So I'm like, I need to get a group of my friends together you know, that we basically like brothers, and do that with them. They all got family, you know what I'm saying? And we could do the same thing. It fell apart, but whatever. Anyways, thank you. Cold Christmas was a good one. And I will be back with more reactions. This was right now. I like Kennedy, Cold Christmas. I'm gonna check out some more King Lil G. As long as you spit real stuff, I'm about it. Okay? Somebody gonna troll me. I'm waiting on it. But as long as you spitting real stuff, I'm about it. That's gonna do it. Your boy Josh here, All G's React, and of course I'm Nixon.